Welcome to the Bogart Effect, a wealthy wisdom podcast. Please see important disclosure information at the end of the presentation.
The thing that's baffling, though, is the cost of college has just been something that is dramatically outpaced inflation.
Yes,
I mean, just
exactly.
dramatically, 93.2% over the last 20 years. I mean, and if you look at that on an annualized basis, it's almost 2 to 3% more per year on the rising cost of college. So, when we talk about how do we project this, what are we using in terms of tools, Victoria?
So in terms of tools, we typically use planning software. I love to use personally a calculation that's called time value money. In this calculation, it's basically a three-step calculation to first, what is the current cost of college? Then you calculate the projection of what it's going to be in, let's say, 18 years for when your kid is about to go to college. And we factor in inflation on that. So the recent 5-year average is about 3.08% for college costs. Once you project the future costs, then you kind of figure out, okay, as it is increasing while my kid is attending college over time, over, let's say, 4 years, how much is that going to cost me overall is basically how we calculate that.
Yeah, and then depending upon the age of your so now let's talk about how we save for this stuff, right?
Yes.
I'm already getting ahead of myself, but then you start looking at what is the age of my child now, and we discount that future cost back to whatever that age is, right? So, for example, when my son was born, it was an 18-year exercise, right? Like I'm anticipating that he's going to go to college when he turns 18 years old, right? So. Same calculation you just mentioned, take the 4 years, aggregate them, discount it back to today, and boom, I've got the number that I need to fund. Now, that's a lump sum number, right? Where I could just say, all right, at this point, I'm going to write a check and that'll cover college. The reality is no one does that. I mean, myself included, we do not do that. You then look at what do I need to be saving on a monthly or annual basis to achieve the objective, right? And I think it's really healthy as you're building those savings models to look at in-state tuition.
The previous presentation by Bogart Wealth was intended for general information purposes only. No portion of the presentation serves as the receipt of or as a substitute for personalized investment advice from Bogart Wealth or any other investment professional of your choosing. Different types of investments involve varying degrees of risk, and it should not be assumed that future performance of any specific investment or investment strategy or any other non-investment related or planning services, discussion, or content will be profitable, be suitable for your portfolio or individual situation, or prove successful. Neither Bogart Wealth's investment advisor registration status nor any amount of prior experience or success should be construed that a certain level of results or satisfaction will be achieved if Bogart Wealth is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Bogart Wealth is neither a law firm nor accounting firm, and no portion of its services shall be construed as legal or accounting advice. No portion of the podcast content should be construed by a client or prospective client as a guarantee that he or she will experience a certain level of results if Bogart Wealth is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Copies of Bogart Wealth's current written disclosure brochure and Form CRS discussing our advisory services and fees are available upon request or at www.bogartwealth.com.